Emma was an ordinary girl who lived in a small town. Every day she woke up early, stretched her arms, and looked outside the window. The sun always greeted her with its warm light. "Good morning, world," Emma would say cheerfully. She loved mornings because they meant the beginning of new adventures. Emma wasn't afraid of exploring, whether it was learning new words in English or discovering new places around her town. One day, Emma decided that she would spend the day learning and practicing English. "I want to be able to speak English better," she thought. So after having breakfast with her family, she packed her backpack with a notebook, a pen, and her English textbook. She said goodbye to her mother. "Bye, Mom. I'm going to the park to study." At the park, she found a nice quiet spot under a big tree. Emma opened her notebook and began practicing common phrases. She wrote down, "Hello, my name is Emma," and said it out loud. She practiced it several times until she felt confident. Then she moved on to another sentence. "How are you today?" Emma smiled as she spoke. She felt proud of herself. Suddenly, Emma heard footsteps behind her. It was her friend, Lucas. "Hi, Emma," he said with a big smile. Emma was happy to see him. "Hi, Lucas, how are you?" she asked, excited to practice her English conversation skills. Lucas sat down beside her, holding his own English book. "I'm fine, thanks. What are you doing?" he asked. Emma showed him her notebook and said, "I'm practicing English. I want to get better at speaking." Lucas nodded. "That's great. Let's practice together." And so, they began to take turns asking each other questions. "What's your name?" Lucas asked. "My name is Emma," she answered confidently. "Where are you from?" Lucas continued. "I'm from this town," Emma replied. "How old are you?" Lucas asked. "I'm 10 years old," Emma said with a big grin. The two friends spent the rest of the morning practicing English, laughing whenever they made a mistake, but always trying again. They both loved learning new things, and English was no different. They knew that the more they practiced, the better they would become. After a while, they decided to take a break. "Let's go get some ice cream," Lucas suggested. Emma thought it was a great idea. So they packed up their things and walked to the ice cream shop nearby. When they arrived, the shopkeeper smiled at them and asked, "What would you like to have?" Emma thought for a moment, then said, "I'd like chocolate ice cream, please." Lucas also ordered his favorite. "I'll have strawberry, please." The shopkeeper handed them their ice creams, and they sat down to enjoy them. As they ate, they continued to practice speaking English. "Do you like ice cream?" Emma asked Lucas. "Yes, I love ice cream," he replied, smiling as he took another bite. "What's your favorite flavor?" Emma asked. "Strawberry is my favorite," Lucas answered. Emma nodded. "Mine is chocolate." When they finished their ice creams, Emma and Lucas decided to go for a walk around the park. As they walked, they talked about everything they saw. "Look at that big tree," Emma said, pointing. "It's so tall." Lucas agreed. They also talked about the animals they saw. "There's a squirrel," Lucas pointed out. "I love squirrels," Emma said. The sun was starting to set, and Emma knew it was time to go home. "I have to go now," she told Lucas. "It's getting late." Lucas nodded. "Yeah, me too. But this was fun. Let's practice English again tomorrow." Emma smiled. "Definitely. See you tomorrow." They waved goodbye, and Emma walked home. When Emma got home, her mother was waiting for her. "How was your day?" her mom asked. "It was great. Lucas and I practiced English all day," Emma replied. Her mother smiled. "That's wonderful. I'm proud of you." Emma felt happy to hear that. After dinner, she went to her room to review the new words and sentences she had learned that day. As she lay in bed, Emma thought about how much fun she had practicing English with Lucas. She knew that with a little bit of effort every day, she would soon be able to speak English fluently. Tomorrow is another day to learn, she thought as she drifted off to sleep. The next morning, Emma woke up early again. The sun was shining, and she felt ready for another day of learning. After breakfast, she grabbed her notebook and headed to the park to meet Lucas. When she arrived, Lucas was already there, waiting for her. "Good morning, Emma," he called out. "Good morning, Lucas," she replied, sitting down beside him. Today, they decided to practice talking about their daily routines. "What do you do in the morning?" Lucas asked. "I wake up, brush my teeth, and eat breakfast," Emma answered. "And you?" Lucas smiled. "I do the same. After breakfast, I usually read a book or go outside to play." Emma nodded. "I like reading too." As they continued to practice, They realized that speaking English was becoming easier. They were learning new words every day and getting more comfortable with conversation. Lucas looked at Emma and said, "We're getting good at this." Emma laughed. "Yes, we are." At the end of the day, Emma and Lucas said goodbye. "See you tomorrow," Emma called out as she walked home. She felt proud of the progress she had made. Each day was a new step in her journey to becoming fluent in English.